Hi, my name is Eric and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since you've seen me, like at least 2 weeks. I apologize about that because all I would say is I was going through a lot mentally. I'm not going to discuss it here, but stressed out from work plus going through a lot mentally, so I needed to prioritize my mental health. So making a video, although I was posting shorts and stuff, check those out if you haven't yet already, but I needed to prioritize my mental health, and today I'm off, so thank God. But today's video will be my perfume collection. I did my travel size perfume collection, my last video I did, but today's video will be my full size perfume. So if you're interested to see how many perfumes I have, because it is a lot, keep on watching. I'm actually going to start off with showing you like how I store my fragrances. I did show it in the last video, my last perfume collection, my travel sizes, but I'm just going to show it here because it's fine, it is what it is. But I'm going to show you how I store my fragrances. Pretty much this is how I store my fragrances, with this shelf being mostly like my celebrity fragrances, that one cologne in the back, and some of my Kayali scents, all of my Arianas. I have a lot of Ariana. Ariana has pretty decent perfumes. I like them. And then my second shelf, mixed mash of like Middle Eastern, some designer, some affordable brands, some Bath and Body Works, Jimmy Choo, Forever Mood, Okcha, Middle Eastern brands and such. And third shelf would be my body mists. And then the fourth, which you've seen in my previous video, which is my travel sized collection. It was a mess before. This is still a mess, but it's a lot better than what it was before. So that's pretty much how I store my fragrances. And I also keep it away from the blinds, because I heard that you're not supposed to keep your perfumes directly in the sun. So yeah, this is gonna take probably 5 years for me to film this video and edit this video, but I don't want to talk forever. I'm just gonna like talk about a perfume, describe it a little bit, and then just move on to the next, because I don't know if you saw it, it's a little much, but it's manageable for me. It might not be manageable for you, but it is what it is. But first is the YSL Libre Intense, or Libre, however you like to say it, the Intense version. I like this. This is probably one of my favorites from the YSL Libre line. I liked the original, but I like this one a little bit more. It has bourbon vanilla in it. But yeah, I don't really reach for this one as much. I have a little bit of a dent going on, but where I live now, it's getting a little warmer, so it's like I'm not really reaching for it as much, so it's nice. But I only wear it sparingly though. Fall and winter, that is one of my favorites. Next is Chanel Chance, the pink one, a Tendre. I like this one. Is it my favorite fragrance from Chanel? No, I would love to try the green one. I would love to get my hands on that one eventually, but this one's just fresh, rosy, it's floral, but it's more fresh, like grapefruit. There is a little bit of fruitiness in here, which is pretty and feminine and clean girl aesthetic, but yeah. There is rose in here, but it's not like powdery rose. It's not like your grandma's rose, to which I appreciate. And packaging, pretty stunning. I have the 50 ml, so I think that's enough for me, to be quite honest. I don't need the big bottle. Next is Valentino Donna Born Aroma, the original. I remember getting this as a Valentine's Day gift a few years ago. Gift for myself, as a splurge item for myself, obviously, and for obvious reasons. You can tell how much I've used it, and you can tell how dark my juice has gotten. It's like very like orange. And is it my favorite scent? No, but I do love the way it smells. I did smell the new one, the extra dose. That one smells, oh my God. I would love to get a travel size of that one eventually. But this one is just a reliable bitch. Just like, oh, go do whatever. Could be worn as the signature scent if you want to. Go to work, go to date night, such and such, whatever it is that you're doing. any time of year. This is reliable. And I do have a backup bottle. This is my 50 ml, but I have a backup 100 ml backup. So sticking with Dawn Born Aroma, this, I don't even think they sell this anymore, which is a shame, but this is the limited edition Dawn Born Aroma Pink PP, and one, packaging, stunning. I love the Valentino pink. Oh my God. I like this. I personally see a little bit of similarities with this one in the new extra dose. I see similarities, but this one's just a little bit more citrusy because I think it has mandarin orange in here and vanilla, but oh my God. I really wish I would have gotten a backup bottle because I don't know if you could see the little bit dent that I got going on, but I'm trying to cherish it, but I need to use up my fragrances because fragrances do expire. This is Barbie. This is from Define Me, and with the whole craze a few years ago, 2023, of it being like, oh, Barbie. I think Zara might have came out with a perfume called Barbie and all that other stuff, but I never got my hands on that one. I really wish I did, but I heard people compare that to Love Don't Be Shy, and I was like, okay, I'm okay without it, but I like this one. It's a little bit fruity, a little bit almost tart, but it's fresh. It's feminine, girly. There's a little bit of whipped cream in the middle. There is definitely a fruity floral. Just a tinge musky, but yeah, I like the way this smells. And obviously you can see the dent that I have going on, and packaging is nice. I would love to actually try out the Ken because they came out with Ken in combination with Barbie, so I would love to try Ken eventually, but not right now. I'm gonna start with these three. This, I have the L'Amande Gourmand, the Pistachio Brulee. This, honestly, I actually quite like it. Not really a huge fan of pistachio like that. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the 62, which has salted caramel and pistachio, but this one is a little bit nutty and they took away caramel in it, so I love layering this with Sweetheart Cherry. Sweetheart Cherry from Bath & Body Works. Those two smell like a damn snack. One of my favorites, and I'm planning on finishing this. Once summer comes around, I am planning on finishing it because for obvious reasons. Hello, look at the juice. That's the late cocoa, I think that's how you pronounce it, but the coconut one. The juice, literally, that's the best way I could describe it. The juice kind of looks like coconut milk. It's fresh and creamy, but it's not like suntan lotion. I have other scents, I'll show you in a second, that are like more suntan lotion, but this one, it's sweet, coconutty. It's like you're just drinking coconut milk. That's what it looks like. Looks like and smells like. Yeah. This will definitely be a repurchase of mine. You can find this at Ulta or on their website. This one, the Vanille Mousse, I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is very comparable or possibly the same, or I don't know if they changed the name or something like that, but there used to be this, but now they changed it to creme vanille. But I don't know, it's hard for me to describe it because if you like vanilla but you don't want it to be like cupcake vanilla, this is something that I would recommend because it's sweet. There is some fruity notes in here. I think apricot, I could be wrong, but this is something I wear just on a occasion when I'm just chilling at the house. After I just took a shower and stuff like that, I would put this on. It's pretty, it's nice. Is it my favorite though? No. I bought it from TJ Maxx and it came with like a little hand cream lotion and I didn't hate it. Obviously, I'm using it. But is it my favorite DNA? No, not really. Sand and Fog, I found this again from TJ Maxx, and this is Pillow Talk. It has the notes on the actual juice: bergamot, magnolia, and amber and musk. This kind of reminds me just a tinge, a little bit of Daisy by Marc Jacobs. I don't know why. It's fresh, it's floral, but it's a tinge musky. It's light, so it is eau de toilette, so it's not really gonna last long. I've worn this fresh out of the shower, layered with my Hemp's original banana lotion, layered it with this. A nice scent fresh out of the shower, but for obvious reasons, I go ham with overspray and it just generally doesn't last. And I like the way it sprays though, but out of all the ones that they had, I think this one was obviously my favorite, but it's not groundbreaking for me personally. Next, getting into my Middle Eastern fragrances. This is the Lattafa Angam, and this is very, very, very similar to Burberry Goddess. And I can very much see that. I've always wanted to have Burberry Goddess in my collection. The OG, not the Intense, because I don't really care for the Intense, but God. I fall in love every time I wear it. I wore it a lot. Like, I mean, clearly you could tell the dent that I have going on with this. Yeah, it's nice. It's a more grown vanilla. It's not mature, like old lady vanilla, but it's like very expensive smelling. Yeah. Every time I've worn this to work, I've gotten at least a few compliments. Just a tinge spicy, but it's not overwhelming spicy because I don't really care for spicy fragrances. That's just me personally, but yeah, this will definitely be a repurchase of mine. Next is, don't even know how to pronounce this, but this is Lattafa Florence. I'm just gonna say Lattafa Florence, but that's the actual name. And got this off of TikTok Shop. I also got Lattafa Angam from TikTok Shop as well. This to me is very clean girl aesthetic. Clean girl, a little fruity, a little shampoo-y vibe. Very shampoo-y. Could be worn as a signature scent for spring and summer. Like this in the spring and summer for the warmer months, this would be amazing. And every time I spray it in the air, I don't know. Yeah. It's just pretty. The only way I can describe it is pretty, shampoo-y, feminine, and clean girl. If you like that sort of vibe, but don't want it to be like sharp and musky, definitely check this out. I mean, I bought this and immediately my mother was like, oh my God, spray my clothing so I can wear it to work the next day because she was obsessed with it. The infamous Lattafa Yara. I have the Yara, the yellow orangey one, which kind of smells like mangoes. And then the original Yara. The original Yara, I had no interest in getting my hands on it, but my family, my mother specifically, bought it for me as a gift for Christmas last year. But this was the one that I bought first. Bought this off of Amazon. To me, very tropical. Little musky. Has that coconut, but the coconut in here is not creamy. It's a little bit more like suntan lotion mixed with the mango and maybe a little passion fruit, but it smells good. I like the way it smells. And for the summer, wore this quite a lot last year and gonna be wearing it a lot more this year, of course. But let's talk about the original Yara, and let's just say at first I liked it, I tolerated it, and nowadays I don't know what it is, but to me, I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but like it smells good, but to me on the dry down I get like a Play-Doh vibe, like a plastic Play-Doh vibe. Like it smells something that's synthetic in here. Like on the initial spray, it smells like the most expensive like lotion that you could ever have. Like to me, like if I had this in a lotion, I probably would have loved it a little bit more as a perfume. But then again, every time I've worn it to work, I've gotten compliments on this. I've even layered it with this, layer these two together, the Rosalina from Finery. This I need to get a full size in the perfume version, but I don't know. I'm okay with it. I'm okay without it, so I won't repurchase it or purchase it, period, because I got it as a gift. But yeah, I get why it went viral, but to me personally, there is like slight plastic synthetic vibe in this fragrance. Then again, I've only had it for almost 2 months now, so maybe with time it could probably change, but if I'm not really reaching for a fragrance that much, I'm not really gonna keep it, you know? Actually, I bought both of them off of Amazon. The Liam by Lattafa, to me, this is very much unisex. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Your Turn by Billie Eilish. Just a little bit more woodier. This one has fig in here. I have no idea what fig smells like. This is a little bit like woody, but it's fresh. I've heard a lot of people say that this is actually reminding them of like a cloudy day, and it's like I can't stop, whenever I smell it, I can't stop thinking about it, because once you smell it, it kind of definitely reminds me of like a cloudy day. So I don't wear it a whole lot because I have to be in the mood for it, but whenever I do wear it, I love the way it smells, and I love wearing it fresh out of the shower. Of course, I think this one went viral too because it was a dupe of a more affordable version of Billie Eilish #1, and oh my god, this is Lattafa again, but this is Nebres. One, the packaging is really heavy, like really heavy. I could throw this across the way and it would probably smack somebody in the head. If you smell Billie Eilish #1, this is exactly what it smells like. It's pretty much the exact same thing, but this one to me is just a little bit more stronger, a little bit more long lasting, a little bit more projecting. Like you could smell this once I walk in a room. The spray I'm not really a big fan of, the way it sprays, but it has that same cacao powder, sugared vanilla sort of smell, same as Billie Eilish #1. Another Middle Eastern fragrance. This is Ana Abayet Coral. This is from Lattafa again. Lattafa for me personally, besides the original Yara, have not had any issues. But oh my god, that one, the way this one sprays is like, my goodness. The best way I could describe this, it kind of reminds me of like peach. Like once, like it's not juicy, it has like a juicy peach in here, but definitely fruity. Very much I could wear this on vacation, to a date night sort of thing, to like a fancy restaurant. It smells very expensive. I don't hate it. I have not worn it yet, but I've only been spraying it out, so there's that. But packaging is really nice. I do like the way it feels, and obviously to me the cap reminds me of like a dice, right, rolling a dice. So for summer this would be fire, but right now I haven't been wearing it as much. Next is Alien Goddess Mugler, Terry Mugler, one of my favorites. This obviously it's coconut, but this one's a little bit more like suntan lotion coconut, but with a little vanilla in the base. One of my favorites. Obviously packaging is flawless, amazing, and I don't even know if you can even see. Oh yeah, I'm like more than halfway done. Like, I believe I've worn this on a few vacations. Not sure, but anyways. Yeah, I'm debating on repurchasing this one. I don't know. Because this one or the Utopia Vanilla Cocoa, those two, my favorite coconut tropical scents. Next is Versace Dylan Blue Pour Femme, the feminine version, and I don't think I would buy this again. It's nice, but as I've had it for like at least almost 2 years now. I've had it since July of 2023 because I bought it specifically going on vacation to go visit family in 2023, and every time I smell this, it reminds me, it just puts me back into that memory of like being at that time and spraying it fresh out of the shower. Like it is very clean, shampoo-y, a little bit of fruitiness in here, but with time, kind of got a little bit of muskiness, and it's just a little bit sharp. Not really a big fan of it now, but at the time I really enjoyed it. So I am almost, I don't even know if you can even see it, but I am almost halfway with it. I'm literally like down here, but yeah, not really something that I would repurchase again. Next fragrance, of course, another Middle Eastern fragrance. This is Pear Potion, and literally it smells like candied pear with a little bit of raspberry in there. There's definitely fruity. If you do not like fruity scents, it just smells, to me, it kind of smells like a Jolly Rancher. Like very candied like and sweet, but it's not juvenile. Then again, whatever age you are, it doesn't matter what perfume you decide to wear. Like if you like the perfume, you can wear it. Doesn't matter whatever your perfume taste is. But if you love a fruity, sweet, candied like grown scent, highly would recommend. I think this might be my favorite Burberry scent besides Goddess, but I don't have the original Goddess. I have a dupe of it, but this is Burberry Her Elixir. With time, I think I've had this for like over 2 years, almost 2 years now. Yeah, it's nice, but it's not my favorite. I mean, with the whole like array, if you're not in the fragrance community, like you don't know, but then again, there's a lot of fragrances that have strawberry and the marshmallow. This to me is very like fresh strawberries with a little bit of powderiness. It's nice, but out of all the strawberry scents that have come out recently, I think Kayali Young Bougie Marshmallows, Strawberry Marshmallows, that's what it reminds me of, but this one's just a little bit more muskier than Young Bougie Marshmallow if I had it compared to two, but this one's nice. But I think I'm growing out of this, and so I don't think I would repurchase this, but it's nice when I had it. This is a fragrance that I got as a gift from my family members. They went and took a trip to France, and they brought this. This is Diamant. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this is very unisex. It's hard for me to describe it because it's nice, but it's not something that I wear a lot because of how potent and strong it is. It is very potent. Like I could smell it through here and it's like, whew, my Lord. Like 1 to 2 sprays and that's it. This one will give me a massive headache if I overspray too much, but the best way I could describe it, it's very unisex. But I could see this being more masculine friendly to people who like more masculine scents. So yeah, there's that one. Next, I have the Laura Mercier Ombre Vanille. I think that's how you say it, but Eau de Toilette. I wore this a lot, clearly, because the dent is real. This is a 50 ml, 1.7 ounce. I like this. It's kind of pretty much the same as this one, the Vanille Mousse. They're pretty much almost identical, but I sprayed a shit ton of this, excuse my language, but this to me, obviously, it is a eau de toilette, so it kind of, as you spray it in the air, because this one I can overspray and it not give me a headache and such, but very much that same vibe as that other one, the Vanille Mousse, as I said, but yeah, this one's just very light. And I found this at TJ Maxx. Next two is the Being Frenchy. This is the Soothe and Comfort Cashmere Vanilla. I don't know if you can even see that, but oh God, very much sweet vanilla. That's the best way I could describe it. It's not sweet where it's like cupcake sweet, so don't get it twisted. This is not cupcake sweet. I could wear this on days where I want to just chill at the house. This for the fall and winter. For the cooler months, this is amazing. Obviously, you can tell by the dent that I have, but yeah. I would love to try out more fragrances from them, but I ran out of the body mist, which by the end of the month, I will have a whole like empties video because I did finish. I have a Target bag over there that's off camera, but I have a few items that I did finish, a few body care items that I did finish. Next is the Cocoa Shimmy from Sniff. This by far to me is probably one of my favorites from Sniff besides Tarte Deco. I really do love Tarte Deco, but this was my first fragrance that I purchased from them. Yeah. Cocoa Shimmy, they describe it as like a coconut pineapple suntan lotion sort of scent, and I could very much say the same. I wore this last year when I went on vacation to Florida, but immediately, although I have a bunch of coconut scents, this is completely different because there's added pineapple in here. And the pineapple I could very much smell, and it gives it like a zesty, like citrus vibe. Not citrus as like orange, but citrus as like juicy because of the pineapple. But with the coconut, it definitely reminds me of suntan lotion, so I really wish they would actually release bigger bottles, but it is what it is. Next is the Vanilla Bourbon from Mix Bar. I've purchased this many a times, and if you do not know about Mix Bar, what are you doing? Only 20, 25 bucks, maybe $20 maximum for these perfumes. Not super expensive, you can find them at Target, but to me, it's very like a boozy sort of vanilla. It's sweet. It's a little heavy for every day, but for fall and winter, there is a tinge of spiciness in here because every time I smell it, there's a little tingle in my nose. Almost makes me sneeze, but it's not nearly as bad as other fragrances. But this to me smells expensive. It doesn't smell like a $20 perfume. Next two perfumes, I have 1,000 Wishes from Bath & Body Works. They changed the packaging, and I don't really care for the new packaging. I really don't, to be quite honest, but yeah, every time I smell this, I have to have it in my collection because it's just one of those scents that with time, it's timeless. I don't see it changing. Like, I don't see this. Like, if I saw myself, because I had this in like middle school, high school and such, maybe in the next 10 years, I would still fall in love with this scent. I will still have attachments toward this scent, but fruity, a little floral, but it's not overwhelming fruity, and it's not floral. The peonies, I can barely smell. It's sweet, but it's not overwhelming sweet. The amaretto cream very much gives it a sweet vibe. That's different than vanilla. Of course, you can layer it with a vanilla scent if you like, but yeah. This to me, I could wear any day of the year and I would not be mad about it. Next fragrance is Pretty Privilege, and it's by this YouTuber. I don't know if y'all are familiar with her, but Hey Paris. She is a fellow YouTuber. Oh my god, this to me smells expensive. I don't have anything that smells like this personally for me, but it very much is vanilla. It's like an expensive vanilla, but with coconut in here. But the coconut makes it smooth, but there is some floral. I don't remember the notes, but let's just say, damn. It just puts me in a mood that I really enjoy, and it does spray out really nicely though. Like, I love a fragrance experience when the perfume sprays nicely. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like cocoa butter, just a little bit, but it's not like chocolate. Don't get it twisted. It's not like chocolate, but I think there is like toffee in this fragrance. Next, I have this fragrance, Vanilla Potion from TJ Maxx, which I have the tag still. Love that for me. And it's not my favorite. Let's just say that. Although I have used it quite a bit though, and I could have finished it. I could have finished it this month before March came around, and as it gets warmer and such. It's nice, but it's not my favorite. And plus, the way it sprays. I mean, I should expect nothing less than something from TJ Maxx. That's just me when it comes to like the sprays. But I bought this one from TJ Maxx, the Sand and Fog. Literally sprays like a continuous mist, like a cloud. And I like the way Yeah, pretty much. But it's not terrible, but if I saw this in person again, I wouldn't purchase it again. So yeah, it's cute, but not for me. Then the next fragrance I have is Philosophy Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere, and this to me smells like freshly baked sugar cookies. Oh my god. I loved layering this with the 71 from Sol de Janeiro. Those two smelling fire. I wore this all the time. This was like obviously a signature of mine, especially for the fall and winter, because oh my god, I want to smell like a snack, especially like sugar cookies. Definitely this one. Does it last? Not so much, but I don't mind with this one. I don't mind obviously having to respray over and over again, but this will definitely be a repurchase for me. Next fragrances I have is Jimmy Choo Blossom. This to me is very much a fruity floral, but little shampoo-y. Just a little bit. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the this one that I just showed y'all. This one, the Hayati, I think that's how you pronounce it. But this one's just a little bit more, not as clean and shampoo-y. This one's just a little bit more fresh and juicy. How small this is literally the 1.3 40 ml ounce, literally. How tiny this is, my goodness. But I didn't know if I was gonna like it, so it is what it is. Next, Forever Mood, I Am Her. I have a gift set. I bought a gift set, and that's how I was able to get this perfume. To me, look at that. The way that sprays. Oh my god. You want to fall in love with somebody? And like, this would make me fall in love with somebody. Like, this is that girl. I Am Her is that girl. Very fruity. There is some red velvet, raspberry, maybe a little oud. I can definitely smell oud, but it's not like the thing that I smell the most of. I smell a lot more like the raspberry or whatever, like the cakiness, the red velvet, I think that's what it is. But do I like the packaging? Not so much, because it reminds me a little bit of like Buzz Lightyear's spaceship from Toy Story. If you're familiar with it, then yeah, but like, this Jackie did her thing with this one. Next fragrances are Okja. I have the Sweet Addict, which is their interpretation of, well, dupe, similar to Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy, and pretty much the exact same thing. I have had a travel spray of Love Don't Be Shy, and although I liked the way it smelled, it just didn't last on me. This to me is a little bit more heavy on the neroli, because there's greenness in here, but the orange blossom and the marshmallows just like makes me want to eat it, and it's like, oh my god. I am almost out of this fragrance though, so that should tell you a lot. The other one that I have is Okja X Paul Reacts, the Miss Girl fragrance. This is a combination of both Baccarat Rouge and Tom Ford Lost Cherry together. Although I like it completely better than Tom Ford Lost Cherry, because I have smelled Tom Ford Lost Cherry, which I have another dupe of Tom Ford Lost Cherry, the Not Another Cherry from Finery, which I really do like this one. I don't really wear a lot of cherry scents, but I like the way this one is done, because not one is overpowered by the other, and I like the way all of the notes in here are blended. I don't know if I would repurchase it again, because I don't really reach for it that much, but I will always give props for creating a nice fragrance. But this one, on the other hand, yeah, very much similar to me, at least, to Tom Ford Lost Cherry, but it's nice. I don't think I would repurchase this one again, but if I were to pick like a favorite dupe that I've smelled of Tom Ford Lost Cherry, I would pick this one, to me, because it smells expensive. I don't know, but Next fragrances are more Middle Eastern fragrances, but they have the Cayer Pistachio from Paris Corner, very much a dupe of Yum Pistachio Gelato from Kayali. But I like this one a little bit more because it's a little bit more like, how do I say it? I was watching this video before and I was like, somebody compared this to the original, and the original is a little bit more fresh, whereas this one is actually like a little bit more gourmand-esque. So they both have the same like sort of notes, but I prefer this one a little bit more. The other one that I have is the Cayer Confection from Paris Corner, and I would love to at least get my hands on the Fusion Lychee. I would love to get that one next. That is my next purchase. Every time I've worn this, I've gotten compliments from coworkers of mine, and yeah, I can't get enough. Very similar to Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, but to me, I like the way this is done. Obviously, you can tell by the dent that I have in this one. Obviously, with their packaging, it's heavy duty, 45 bucks. I think that's how you, I think it was. I might have gotten it cheaper off TikTok Shop, but out of all the Cayers that I've tried, I prefer this one, obviously, but this one's not bad either. Next, La Toffee Eclair. The OG, not the OG dupe of Bianco Latte, but the one that I fell in love with. I've never tried any of the others. I've never tried the original Bianco Latte, but this one, I don't even need to even try Bianco Latte to me. There's been a lot of perfume dupes of that scent, and to me, this is just the best one, in my humble opinion. This to me is very milky, caramel, little honey in the base, vanilla, amber, sweet. Very much, attention grabbing, like it'll break your neck if you smelled someone walk past you. And plus, packaging, stunning. I didn't really care for the cap, but this, with the way it drips, with the drizzle, I like it, but would I repurchase it? Of course. That was all of my second shelf. Well, I haven't even done the first shelf yet. And I'm already kind of exhausted, to be quite honest, but go rapid fire. And hopefully the lighting is, hopefully that's a little bit better, but the lighting, the sun is about to go down, so if the lighting is changing, I apologize about that, but at least my makeup looks flawless, at least. But next, Jihadi by the one and only Daniel Renee and Aroma Concepts. I have grown to enjoy this. Is it my favorite scent? No, but it's not bad. To me, this is just not my favorite. It is a nice scent, and I would give it for its uniqueness because I don't have anything in my collection personally that smells like this perfume. And the packaging, really nice. I believe it's like 55 bucks. It's pretty affordable now in today's standards of purchasing perfumes, but there's that. Next, Cosmic by Kylie Jenner. The original Cosmic. I know she has a second one coming out, but yeah. This to me, one, I was okay with the bottle. I wasn't the biggest fan of the bottle, but the scent in and of itself, oh my god. This, yet again, is one of those scents to me. It's just like an easy reach. There's been plenty of others that have been easy reaches. Obviously, you could tell by a dent, my perfume dents, but this is actually my second bottle. My second bottle. Yeah, every time I've worn this, there's people in my family who don't really care for a lot of fragrances, but every time I use this one, fresh out of the shower, they give me a compliment, and I just think it's weird. I get it, but it's like, with this one, I get compliments from family members who don't really give me compliments. It's a shocker sometimes, but the Acqua di Gio Eau de Parfum from Giorgio Armani. This is my only cologne. I have others that are like more unisex, which I do like unisex scents, but this is the only like cologne that's made for men. Perfume, cologne, Whatever you like to wear, I'm not judging. I mean, I have a lot of more feminine scents than I do masculine scents, but this to me is very fresh. It's not woody. I would not describe this as woody at all. It's more fresh out of the shower vibe. I could see this being like a fresh, like signature scent personally for me, but next is my Rihanna scents, and I have two of her fragrances. I have the original Fenty perfume, and it's not terrible. I like it because it's unique, but yeah, it's not really one that I would personally repurchase again. It's nice, but I get the spiciness. There is some fruity notes, I think the blueberry and tangerine in here, but there's, I think, a spiciness in here. I have no idea what it is, but every time I smell it, spray smells, oh, a little bit potent. Not a little bit, a lot potent. Very much fills up a whole room every time you spray it. There is a dent, but just that alone already kind of gives me a headache, so I don't think I will ever repurchase this. The other one from Rihanna that I really enjoy, I think this is actually my second bottle, but this is the OG Rebel Fleur from Rihanna. This to me, yet again, is expensive. It just smells expensive. Fruity, sexy almost. Very much I could go on vacation and give me a glass of wine. Yeah. Yeah. This to me stands the test of time. I hate the way the bottle is because I feel like I have to like, because this is the big 3-ounce bottle, I feel like I have to like actually like hold it like this instead of like the way how to spray it, but the scent will always be a favorite of mine, of course. Next is my JLo fragrances. I have JLo Live Luxe and the original Live. I prefer the original Live. Live Luxe is not terrible, but obviously the dent that I have, this one's almost gone, but they're both very like fruity scents, and this one's just a little bit more like a bag of fruits, whereas the original Live is a little bit more fresh fruits and maybe a little bit of melon in here. I don't remember the notes, but this one's very juicy fruits, whereas this one is almost a little zesty. I don't know how to describe it. I think that kind of makes sense. I don't know. I don't think there is any lemon in here, but it just reminds me a little bit more like peach, a little bit of freshness, a little juicy, but zesty. This one's a little bit more like a bag of fruits where it's like you're squeezing out the juices of a fruit. I think that's the best way I could describe it though. But next, Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday 2. I like this one. I'm planning on getting a bigger bottle. I like this one. To me, it kind of smells like Gain laundry detergent. It just smells very like floral and clean, like laundry detergent. Next one is the original Sofia Vergara fragrance, Sofia. When I bought this, I've had this for like a few years now, but this reminds me a lot of just a little bit more of like a more fruitier version of Coco Mademoiselle from Chanel. But obviously, I love the way this smells. This to me is very special occasion sort of scent. I don't like to wear this a whole lot, but yeah. Packaging is nice. It's very giving, elegant, very classy vibes. Same as the juice. Next is my Britney Spears fragrances. I have the original Fantasy and I have Midnight Fantasy. Midnight Fantasy is my personal favorite. There's plum, I think cherry in here, but the cherry is not super like tart cherry. It's a little tart, but it's not like cough medicine cherry, which I appreciate. The OG Fantasy, although this is my second bottle, is it my favorite scent? No, but obviously packaging is like iconic. Obviously, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, the pink roll-on bottle with the green on it. It's cute. I like it, but not my personal favorite. Not my personal favorite. Yeah, I don't think I would repurchase this one again, but I am almost done with this bottle though, so I just haven't been reaching for it as much. My favorite celebrity fragrance, one of them, if you want me to do like a top 10 favorite celebrity fragrance of all time video, then I'll definitely do so, but this will be up there, and probably if on my top 5. Fancy by Jessica Simpson. Every time I've worn this, somebody was like, what is that? God. A little bit of caramel, red berries, a little vanilla in the base, some florals. There is florals, and as I've had this for like a year now, a year and some change, I definitely get a lot more of the florals. Like the florals can be a little bit headache inducing. The perfume smells amazing, and obviously the dent is denting, and you can clearly see that I'm almost out. If that doesn't say a lot about a fragrance, if you love it that much, duh, of course. The final few perfumes are Ariana Grande and Kayali. Rapid Fire Ari by Ariana. My very first fragrance that I purchased, I believe, and still wear it to this day. A little sweet, floral, marshmallow, sweetness. Another favorite, obviously there's been a lot of discourse, it's like you either love it or you hate it, but Mod Vanilla. I wore this the other day as like a bedtime scent, and although is it my favorite from Ariana? Not really, but I like it because it's different. It's sweet, it's a little bit of musky vanilla, but it's not overly musky. This kind of reminds me just a little bit of the way the vanilla is done, similar to 59, Chorosa 59 from Sol de Janeiro, but which I have layered those two together, which smells amazing. Next is the new one, Ariana REM Cherry Eclipse. I like this one, but it doesn't last, so oh my god. It is sweet. The cherry I get, but there's marshmallow in there. The sweetness from the honeysuckle, it's nice, but the only issue I have with this is just the longevity purpose, but yeah, it's not terrible, but I do like the color of the packaging. Yet again, like almost matchy somewhat, little bit, but yeah. I don't think I would repurchase this one though. It's nice, but for longevity purpose, I would reach for something else. But the last Ariana fragrances that I have are Cloud, the original. Well, technically this is the intense version, and Cloud Pink. Literally, these are my favorite fragrances from Ariana, besides Ari and Mod Vanilla. Yeah, these two are like my favorites. Obviously with Cloud Pink, like I'm almost out of this one, halfway, and very feminine version of the original Cloud. This one, I like the intense version a lot more than the original, because I think the original is a little bit more heavy on the lavender, which lavender is cute, but it's not really my personal favorite. This one is just a little bit more smooth, and I think there's ambroxan in here, but it's just a little bit more smooth, a little bit more well blended, to which this one, I could get a nice scent bubble with this one, and I don't mind. Last but not least, I am extremely tired. Whew, and I get, after standing for a little while, I get like a crick in my neck. It's like, oh god, killing me. But Kayali, I have the Vanilla 28, the original, OG. My juice has gotten dark, but it's not at that sweet spot yet, so I'm gonna wait for it a little longer, have it sit in my collection a little longer, so that way it gets to that sweet spot. Then I have the Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli, which has the notes on the back. The Vanilla Sur Absolute, Golden Rum, Creme Brulee, Brown Sugar, Royal Oud, and Sugared Patchouli. I like this, but this is like overkill. This is intense. Ooh. Just spraying that, got a little bit in my nose, and it's just like a little tingle, a little spice. It's not overwhelming spicy, but The oud gives it a little bit of woodiness, but I love the way this is done. It smells expensive. Last but not least, the OG, yeah, well, technically, yeah, the dupe. I have the dupe Cahier Pistachio, but this is the original Yum Pistachio Gelato. Although, at first, I liked it. With time, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's nice. I get this freshness. At first, I got, as I've let it sit for a while, I've gotten the pistachio, hazelnut, the cotton candy, marshmallow vibe. But when I first got it, I got the freshness, or like the, whatever, or Lysol cleaner, the freshness that everybody would kept saying. I didn't get the gourmand sweetness that the whole brand was campaigning it for. I don't hate it, but obviously I prefer the Cahier Pistachio, so would I purchase this again? No, not really, but this one wasn't terrible, and of course, I'm almost out of it, so I'm just like waiting to go through it, but that is it. That is it of all of my fragrances. I took forever. I talked too much. I apologize, but I tried my best. With the amount of perfumes that I have, let me know down in the comments down below what videos you would like me to make next. Of course, for makeup details, if you're curious at what I'm wearing, I will link them down in the description box down below. And watch my previous video if you haven't yet already. Subscribe, like, and share this video. Follow me on my social media. Don't forget to turn that bell for post notifications so you do not miss any uploads. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.